Hey, how's it going? Today I want to share with you my presentation on water that I did for a second grade class here. Now typically I'm given, well sometimes, not always, but I'm giving a topic. And here I was given water as the topic. And I was given vocabulary like salt water, fresh water, boiled water, waterfall, water cycle, drinking water, and pure water. This is all kind of language that's going to be above the second graders' comprehension. So what I do here is I kind of broke it down into some basic verbs and some basic nouns, and sort of linking them together as a verb and an object. So we start off with water. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about here with these presentations. You know, all this font here, all this text here is something I do in Photoshop, and I load it in here as an image, so it's quite time consuming. The Chinese is just kind of translations, and I just kind of cut and paste that from Google Translate for the most part. So I start off with, as an action, I start with drink. And drink what? Drink what? Give them the picture. Does anybody know it? Drink water. And you kind of go through that and you drill it. Here I was using a reward system game. I was using just kind of the circle clock, 12 numbers on a clock. You just put their piece on there. Every time somebody gets something right, they roll the dice and go around and get points. And you can do that two ways. You can do it where you're erasing the numbers as they go, or you can just have them keep going around and keep collecting points. And I did drink juice and drink milk as some more objects. And then I said, what else do you do with water? You cook with water. What do you cook? Cook noodles, cook soup. Some easy ideas, very familiar to them. What else do you do with water? Wash. Let's see here. Wash, what do you wash? Wash things like dishes. Wash things like your hands and hair. I think was the last one there. Wash like your hair. All animations I put in there. And wash clothes. It's kind of a tough one, so I started to leave it out of the presentations because clothes is kind of the TH sound is a little bit elusive, especially to a second grader. So I'll leave that one out. Commoner. And then I give them a simple sentence. I cook what? I cook what? And we go through this together. You know, usually the first time around, you're just like this, or this, you know, and they're like that. And then you get them to reiterate it. What is this? Yeah, good. What is that? You tell, if they say, you know, this, you say milk. I cook milk with water. I cook dishes. No, I cook soup. And you get, I cook soup. Give them that, show them the answer, go over the answers, try and get them to do the whole sentence. If you can, have the whole class repeat the sentence. Or these slides here, it's a good exercise, especially when you tie it into the reward system. Then I had this exercise, which it's fairly degrees of success. Here I got the verbs over here and just kind of matching them up. What does this go with? Wash, what? Dishes, wash, yeah, drink, cook, wash, right? Just so they're kind of making that distinction or using the vocabulary. And then I created this exercise, say it in English, and this is an exercise I use frequently in my second grade classes, where I give them the Chinese, and I try and get them to say the word at this point. And which one is it? Once again, you might start off with this one, this one, this one. They're good at recognizing the word, but they're not that confident in saying it. So, you know, usually you're drilling them, getting them to point it out, and then speak the word. Usually I use this for review sometimes also. At that point, they're starting to say the word. And I got a bunch of these. And this is a spelling exercise. I know I've done this in other classes. Here I skipped over it just because they have real difficulty spelling at that age. But this You can use them as an image also. Hands, if you want to really sort of try and give them kind of a lesson in spelling. You can go through one or two of these slides. Skipping over that. And then we got to this exercise, which is my basic matching board. Here I was wanting them to match the image with the word, with the vocabulary word. For instance, that's water, and that's water. And here they want to be aware of the sharks, so starting to introduce this idea of water, sharks, animals you find in water, noodles. And noodles, where's the shark? There he is, doing wash. So a shark, I would subtract points if they get a shark. And that was pretty much the first week. There's also a song I do in here. I'll show you that at the end of this as we go through this. Started off, like I said, I started off with a review. At this point, they're starting to recognize the word and be able to say it. So I'm seeing a little bit of progress there. Go through these slides, and then I introduce the bodies of water. For this lesson, I decided to go with bodies of water and a prepositional phrase. And just kind of go through river, sea, lake, fish. I should probably move that fish to after pool. And you say it in English. Review what we just went over. And then I did fishing. And I started to bring in the idea of fishing where? Fishing in the, what is this again? The river. And fishing where? Fishing in the lake. Fishing where? Fishing in the sea. And then I did fishing in the pool. Fishing in the pool? Well, that's crazy. Alright, so no, we don't fish in the pool. But I just wanted to get them familiar with the structure. And then I did swimming as another sort of phrase. Swimming in where? The pool. Swimming in the pool, yes. Swimming in the lake, swimming in the sea, yes. Then we got to this activity, which was pretty successful, I thought. I go fishing in the... All right, and so you let the kids say, where do you go fishing? You let this team over, this team over here and this team over here. Where do you go fishing? I go fishing in the lake. I go fishing in the sea. And what you do is you, for instance, I go swimming in the, you go to this team over here and you'll say, where do you go swimming? And they can say, I go swimming in the sea. So you're right, swimming in the sea. This team one. And where do you go swimming? I go swimming in the pool. Team two, pool. And then you do a reveal. And you go, okay, let's see, boom. Pool two, oh no, sea shark, so -10 shark, and +2. That's a pretty good exercise. And that's pretty much for my water exercise. I got a number of these slides. I have also have an activity that I'm going to use for review on here. Simple vocabulary, I'll show you that real quick. This here, let's do a big presentation on pirates, and this is kind of a leftover from that. But here you have some vocabulary cards. And here I'm just want to get them to say the word. If they say it correctly, we spin the captain's wheel. -2. What's the word? I'll go back up. I'll use this as a review for my next class. What's the word? Fish in the wheel. Sequence. All right, so that's the general idea of this presentation. There's not all the vocabulary words are loaded in there. A couple of songs I used with this one I found on YouTube. I used a Sesame Street song here. This was pretty good. Just as kind of a, what is it? what are we talking about? Use this kind of opening up the class just to get their attention, get them paying attention to the board, and draw their attention. And say, what is the staff? Make sure they know water. If they can tell me what he's doing, even better. Usually they don't. So I used the Sesame Strong, a water song by Sesame Street. And then there was another song here which I was kind of anticipating using my guitar. It's a fun song. It's just kind of, I use this as the opener. It's just a water song. And really all he says is water, 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 freeze. This one, I wanted to use my guitar, but with the little ones, guitar is not a good idea. Just because that becomes the focus of the class. They'll never let, once that guitar is in class, they'll all be up in front of the class trying to touch it, and you'll never let it go. So I decided not to bring my guitar into these classes and do the song. And that's unfortunate because this video needs a little more control to it. You need to have a lot more control of the song than this video provides. So what I tried to do was show them the video and get the, wave your hands, water, 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 and you just go faster and faster and faster until you go freeze. And everybody's moving, has to sit down or loses points for the team. Usually I was just pointing out, oh, I caught you moving, water, 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 and try and get them just to sing water, water as it goes along. And that's my water presentation that I did for my grade 2. Stick around. I'll show you some more of the presentation as I go. I have plenty to show, so please tune in. Please subscribe, click, and so I can monetize. Take it easy.